Hi, this is Takashi Nara from Jazz Love Japan. Today I just want to feature a couple of albums, reissues, which I think are very, very rare. Actually, this is my first time to obtain those reissue records. Okay, the albums are these. First, this one. The Reeley Trio Misirlou, on the Tru-Sound Label. The label design like purple, silver, design. Yeah, it's rare. This is my first time to obtain this one, and actually I didn't know the jazz label called the Tru-Sound, and yeah, this is the one. The Reeley is also not known, but it's a great session, the piano trio album, which I love, although this is my first time to obtain it and listen to it, and great. Yeah, let me tell you, it's great. I think, it was recorded originally in the early 60s. Yeah, that's what I can tell by the liner note here. And this is one of the titles in the series, the Wave Jazz Classics series. As you know, I've already talked about that series, a lot, right? Yeah, this is one of them. The serial is WWLJ something, so this is one of them, Wave Jazz Classics series. Yeah, and the other one, before I go to the other album, this one has this particular copy has the original outer sleeve, together with the official round sticker, which I think is very, very rare too. Yeah, and the second album that I want to share with you is this one. Yeah, I think this is much more popular. This is the Dealers on the Status label. Yes, and the Dealers is Mal Waldron with the John Coltrane sessions, compiled together. It's like originally it was released as a kind of compilation album for the unissued session tracks by the Mal Waldron and the John Coltrane. Yeah, so that's the thing. And I think it was originally released on the Status label, but here in Japan, this album, the Dealers, was reissued once by the Victor Music Japan, as a VIJ series with a vivid red OB, if there is OB. And I've dealt with that VIJ reissued many times. Not many times, it's kind of difficult for you to get it on the market right now. Several times, that's what I can say. And I thought that was the only available reissue of this title here in Japan, but I was wrong. This is the one, another one, on the Status label. They use the Status label design, the original label design, and of course the same as the the Reeley Trio. Reeley Trio, sorry. This one is also one of the Wave Jazz Classics series. Yes. This is my first time to obtain it, really. So it's kind of rare. I didn't know that the Wave Japan at that time in the early 90s reissued this title as well. No, I didn't know. But what is more, I think, interesting is that this one, the Reeley Trio, and the Dealers, both albums were not current pressed by the Fantasy US. Yeah, it's unlike the other titles in the series. As you know, and as I have already talked about, the titles the Wave Japan released and reissued at the time of the release, in the early 90s, almost all the titles were cut and pressed in the US by the Fantasy US, yeah, and brought here and distributed or sold by the Wave Japan. Yeah, that's the thing. The Wave Japan at that time released reissued some of the titles not cut in the US by the Fantasy US, like these ones I know, and Dorothy Ashby. Yeah, I think I forgot the title of the album, but Dorothy Ashby on the Prestige. I think Wave Japan reissued it, but it was cut in pressed here in Japan by the Toyo Kasei here in Japan. These titles also Dealers and the Reeley Trio were cut and pressed by the Toyo Kasei. Yeah, that's the thing. But they didn't mention about the master tape that they used. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know, because especially this one, the Reeley Trio is very rare. I don't think the other companies in Japan, reissued this title. This is the first time, to be reissued. I mean, this title to be reissued here in Japan. I don't know about the other countries, but I'm sure that there aren't many reissues available of this title. It's very rare. The Dealers, of course, as I said, VIJ, Victor Music Japan, they did it. But as far as I know, outside of Japan, it's very rare for you to get a reissue like this. Wave Japan, Victor Music Japan are the only companies that reissued this one, maybe. Maybe with the different jacket designs and the different titles, I don't know. But let me tell you, these two albums, the pressing quality, the sound quality, are really, really amazingly superb, really good. And the sessions, as I said, are very good, and are rare. So, although it's very difficult for you to find, these two titles on the market nowadays, but whenever you get them, you find them, it's better for you to get them. I think that's my recommendation, because it's great. The pressing quality, the sound quality are just superb. Amazingly good. Yeah. So that's it for today. I hope you like it. And lastly, I always keep saying, just keep staying safe and be connected with the music we love. Of course, jazz music. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.